You've been lied to. They told you to pick one thing. They told you that scattering your energy across multiple interests makes you shallow, uncommitted, a jack of all trades, master of none. They lied, and you believed them because it was easier than trusting what God already wired into you. Here's the truth they don't want you to hear. Your too many interests aren't a curse. They're a weapon. The modern world is rewarding people who go deep in multiple directions. It's called the M-shaped future, and it's not new. It's biblical. While everyone else is playing checkers with their one skill, God is calling you to play chess with 5. But you're paralyzed, stuck, asking God to give you clarity when He already gave you the blueprint. Let me show you what you've been missing. The industrial age trained you to be a cog. One skill, one lane, one paycheck. Retire. That system is dead, but the programming is still running in your head. You look at your resume: marketing, graphic design, theology, real estate, writing, and you feel shame. Like you're broken. Like you can't commit. Stop it. God didn't make you one-dimensional. He made you in His image, and He is creator, judge, healer, warrior, father, king. Multiple roles, multiple masteries, one unified purpose. The M-shaped future is simple. Deep expertise in 2 to 3 unrelated fields that intersect to create rare value. Not a generalist, not a specialist, a strategic polymath. You don't have too many interests. You have multiple pillars that will make you irreplaceable in the kingdom economy. But here's the problem. You're treating this like a personality flaw instead of a divine download. Let me give you a biblical slap. Look at Joseph. Shepherd, slave, dream interpreter, administrator, economist, prime minister. 6 careers, one calling. When famine hit Egypt, Pharaoh didn't need a one-trick specialist. He needed someone who understood agriculture, government, logistics, strategy, and spiritual discernment. Joseph's too many interests save a nation. You think God gave you curiosity in business, theology, tech, and creativity by accident? No, He's preparing you for a famine you don't even see coming yet. But you're sitting there asking, God, should I focus on this or that? Wrong question. The question is, God, how do I master this and that so I can solve what others can't? Paul was the same. Pharisee, tent maker, theologian, church planter, writer, missionary strategist. Multiple pillars. One kingdom mission. He didn't niche down. He stacked skills until he became unstoppable. That's the M-shaped model. That's the biblical blueprint. So why are you still asking permission to be who God already made you? Let's cut through the fog. Here's why you're stuck. Harsh realization number 1. You're afraid of choosing wrong, so you choose nothing. Paralysis isn't humility. It's cowardice. God gave you 5 talents, and you buried all of them because you couldn't decide which one to invest. Choice isn't the enemy. Inaction is. You don't need one interest. You need to stop using "I don't know what God wants" as an excuse to do nothing. Harsh realization number 2. You've been trained to think like an employee, not a kingdom builder. Employees specialize. Builders integrate. You're trying to fit into someone else's job description instead of creating your own assignment. God doesn't call you to fill positions. He calls you to build solutions. That requires multiple skill sets. Your scattered interests? They're ingredients. You just haven't learned the recipe yet. Harsh realization number 3. You think focus means abandoning everything else. Wrong. Focus doesn't mean one thing forever. It means one thing at a time with strategic sequencing. You don't master 5 things simultaneously. You master them serially, then you integrate them. That's the M-shaped secret, serial mastery. 2 years here, 3 years there, then you combine them into something the world has never seen. But you're stuck because you think mastery has to happen in one lifetime, in one lane, with one identity. Stop thinking small. Here's the framework. Step 1. Identify your 2 to 3 pillars. Not your hobbies. Your deep zones of curiosity and capability. What pulls you? Is it theology and technology and business? Maybe writing and psychology and marketing? Finance and discipleship and media? Whatever it is, those are your pillars. These should feel like home, not trendy, not what's hot. What you could do for 10,000 hours and still want more. Step 2. Master them sequentially, serial mastery. Stop trying to do everything at once. Pick your first pillar. Go deep for 2 to 5 years. Get dangerous at it. Then move to your second pillar. Repeat. This is biblical. Moses spent 40 years as a shepherd before leading Israel. David was a worshiper, warrior, and king in stages. God doesn't rush your development. He compounds it. Step 3. Integrate. Don't separate the intersection. Once you've built 2 or 3 pillars, the magic happens at the intersection. When you combine theology and tech, you build apps that disciple millions. When you blend writing, business, and faith, you create courses that transform entrepreneurs. When you merge finance and ministry, you unlock kingdom wealth strategies that fund revival. The intersection is where you become irreplaceable. Not because you're the best at one thing, because you're the only one who can do this combination. Step 4. Strategic quitting. Here's the part they don't tell you. You have to kill good things to birth great things. Strategic quitting isn't failure. It's stewardship. If something isn't moving you toward your M-shaped future, cut it. That side hustle, that committee, that maybe one day project. Ruthlessly eliminate what dilutes your pillars. You're not abandoning interests. You're focusing fire. Here's what the secular M-shaped people don't have: a unified mission. They're stacking skills for money, influence, or legacy. You're stacking skills for the kingdom. That changes everything. Your pillars aren't random. They're a divine arsenal designed for a specific assignment. You don't know what that assignment is yet? Good. That's called faith. Build the pillars. God will show you the blueprint. Noah didn't see the flood when he started building. He just obeyed the command to prepare. Your M-shaped mastery is your arc. You're not figuring out your calling. You're constructing your capacity so when God says go, you're ready. And listen, the world is about to need what you're building. The one-skill specialists can't solve what's coming. They can't bridge theology and tech. They can't speak to both boardrooms and Bible studies. They can't build businesses that fund revival and disciple nations. But you can, if you stop apologizing for how God made you. So here's your moment. You can keep asking God for clarity while doing nothing. Or you can pick one pillar today and go to war with it. Stop waiting for permission. You already have it. Stop asking if it's okay to be interested in multiple things. God literally designed you that way. Your too many interests aren't a bug. They're the feature. The M-shaped future isn't a career hack. It's a kingdom strategy. And you're running out of time to play small. 5 years from now, you'll either be the person who mastered 2 to 3 pillars and became irreplaceable in your field, or you'll still be asking God which one to pick. The choice is yours. But know this, the world doesn't need another specialist. It needs you, fully built, firing on all cylinders, doing what only you can do. So stop shrinking. Stop apologizing. Start building. Your M-shaped future is waiting, and God's already ahead of you.